Yeah, it's your boy. A month later, it's bad. It's bad. I'm not happy about it. You shouldn't be happy about it either. I was trying to do better. It didn't happen that way. But nonetheless, we'll get straight to it so that way we're not wasting any time. I missed you. You missed me. That's all that matters. And let's get straight to it. Boom. You can tell by the title. Mind you, I do not own any of the images that are used in my thumbnails, any of the volumes. I don't own them. Well, I hold possession of them, but I did not create any of the covers, the manga. Mr. Yuto Suzuki, he did that himself. I own nothing. But Sakamoto Days, chapter 173. Just to recap here, what I have started to realize is Suzuki's personalities are starting to take hold of him. And I'm curious if the route they're going to go with Suzuki is because, as we saw here, he can't control Takamura. He literally can't control Takamura at all. And so I wonder if the route that we're going is Rion. Well, we already saw Rion was boxing with Takamura inside of Azuki's head, but essentially Azuki's on the verge of collapse. If he gets too many personalities, either they're going to A, blend, or B, you know, dissipate. Well, maybe not dissipate, but he'll lose his original self, is what I think is going to happen. He's either going to lose his original self or gain mastery over the personalities, or option three, they blend together. So we get a combination of Rion, Takamura, and Azuki, and I think that's dangerous. That's that's final boss level stuff for Sakamoto Days, and I think even Azuki gaining control of the personalities is final boss stuff for Sakamoto Days. Even when Kuminomi was like trying to check him, and he was like slice, 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 and dice, and Akira had to save her. Like, he's not in one piece. I mean, Kanaguri even said it himself. Like, he's slipping, bros. He's off his rocker. But I say that to say, I think between chapter 172 and 173, I think the whole point of what they're showing is that Azuki does not have control. All of his personalities are not under his control, and the only one that's like legitimately might be trying to help him is Rion's personality, but they're all forged by memories, as Kanaguri says. So it's something that I see as such an interesting plot point, and the reason why I say that is because the same way in One Punch Man, where, well, actually, spoiler alert for anyone who's not caught up in the manga in One Punch Man. If you are not caught up in the manga in One Punch Man, you can skip a few seconds ahead. Garu was able to copy Saitama. I wonder, in that same breath, will Azuki ever get to the point that he copies Sakamoto? Will something happen for Sakamoto to become bloodlusted, and at the time that Sakamoto would slip off of that moral compass that he's been showing throughout the whole series, will Azuki be there to copy him? Better yet, by the time we get there, will Azuki have copied Nagamo already? There are so many people that Azuki can copy, and I think that it's so unfortunate that, rest in peace Gaku, rest in peace Haruma, we'll never see those things being copied, because if anything, it'd be kind of crazy if Azuki could emulate the people he loves instead of the people he fears. Well, technically, it's not even who he fears, because Rion wouldn't count on that list, but maybe it's more of his negative emotions or things that he can't handle. Because when his friends are dying, he copied Takamura. So I guess we weren't going to see it anyway. But it would have been interesting if Azuki was copying personalities of his friends in more of a positive way. Like, that's the control of it, choosing who he wants to emulate, as opposed to it being like a trauma response or a stress response. And he's like, "Ooh, who's the strongest person here? Him? I'm gonna copy him. Boom, got him, have him," and just like that. And so I think we're entering a very lovely territory with Azuki, and I really love where Sakamoto Days is going right now in terms of that. And I think that Azuki being the main thing that I'm looking forward to, as well as Sakamoto starting to realize he can't handle the weight of what's going on. And I think it further shows that it would be so much easier if Sakamoto was just able to kill everyone. I'm I'm gonna say, I'm gonna call it what it is. I'm gonna call it what it is. If he was able to kill everyone instead of like beating, I mean, it's not like he's arresting, but instead of beating people, able to do what he does best, assassinate, we'd have some issues. But I say that to say there are seeds that have been planted for the past couple chapters that I have, well, not even the past couple chapters, a long while ago, like maybe 30 chapters, 10, 20 chapters. Whenever it was the Yatsunora and Shishiba fought and they let Yatsunora live and Nagamo basically was trying to do like some spec ops type stuff, like triple agent type stuff, it sounded like was going on. So I think that would be really, really important to pay off here with this new order member because that guy looks like there's nothing special about him right now, and I think it's for a good reason. Let's all be honest. The dude with the music and the guy who's a gambler, like that, like remind you, the guy with the music, he's hard, but the guy with the gambler, like I want to know what makes him special, and right now I can't tell, but I look forward to it. Truthfully, I look forward to it. And I think that that's something that we have to focus on. Now, with that being said, I haven't gone for a month. So, what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to record a bunch of stuff. As you can see, my manga collection is still in the back. Why can't I point properly? Hand-eye coordination. There we go. My manga stuff's still in the back. And let's just say that I am getting more manga as we speak. I'm still gonna get more manga. And a matter of fact, in the next week that's coming up after this, I'm gonna talk about the series when you talk about the first volume comes out in November. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you know, it is what it is. You lose, you lose. But let's really talk about what Sakamoto Days has in store for us. With Gaku and Haruma gone, and Kumanomi, Akira, and Kaguri are still on the fence, essentially, with Azuki, like, who is in Slur? You know what I mean? Like, what are the antagonists looking like? Is it just going to be everyone trying to find Hazuki? How are we going to get to that climax where Shishiba, Osaragi, the music dude, the gambler guy, and the main guy, Oki, I think his name is? How are we going to get to that point where we have everyone in the same place? Like, how are we going to get there? We still got some more roaming around the streets, and so it's very imperative that there is something going on and we don't have enough people to meet the antagonists at the time. And that's something that's really important that I think in Sakamoto that is being set up in the shadows, and we need to be paying attention to the signs. Because with Kunomi, do I have her name wrong? No, Kumanomi and Akira and Kanaguri, with them roaming the streets, and they're not necessarily going to be Slur if they're running away from Slur. They're going to join Sakamoto, or at least Akira's going to try to convince them. But I don't think they'll necessarily join Sakamoto. I think it's leaning towards Akira might try, Sakamoto might kill Kagura anyway. But Akira has to figure out Akira's story has to be done as well. Akira's story has to be finished and followed through. And that's another facet of the story that we have to keep intact is that what is next for Akira? Her aunt is still in Azuki, so Akira needs to remain around Azuki until we get to that point. Now, we also have the chairman stuff going on. The chairman being a crazy dude, putting out bounties on people for no apparent reason. He's clearly not a great guy at all. And what I think, personally, unless it's already been confirmed, I don't remember. I think the chairman is Azuki's brother. That's my head canon. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's already been confirmed to somebody else, but that's my head canon. So I said that to say this next chapter coming out is really going to showcase not 173, but 174 is really going to showcase where the story is heading. And I'm so excited because when volume 13 comes out with Rion on this cover, I'm buying it immediately. Give me my $10. Give me the $10. I want the book in my possession immediately, even if I have to pre order it. I want it now. But make sure y'all reading Sakamoto Days. Make sure y'all keep tuning in. That's what I have to say on Sakamoto Days because this is now we just wait. We just wait and we see what happens. And hopefully, story resolved, Rion's story resolved, Chairman's story resolved, Nakamura's story resolved, Sakamoto's story resolved, the internal stuff between the order. Hopefully, we see it all come to fruition. This is Hero signing off.